Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 180. Day 180, we are in the process of solving word problems from day 101 through 200, and today is our 80th day of solving a word problem. The problem for today is already on the blackboard. I'm going to read it to you. It says the sum of three consecutive even numbers. Make sure you understand that they have to be even numbers. The sum of three consecutive even numbers equals 42. We are told that their sum equals 42. We are also told that 2x happens to be the middle number of the three consecutive numbers. Question simply is, what's the value of x? That's all. So let's get going then. Pause the video, solve the problem yourself, and then once you have the answer, you can continue this, resume this video and compare the work that you did yourself, or rather the work that you're going to do yourself, against the work that we are going to do together. Here's the solution. So we are told that the middle number equals 2x. So here's your middle number, which we are told is 2x. If middle is 2x, then the one after, because they are not consecutive numbers, but they are consecutive even numbers. So for example, if the middle one happens to be 8, then the next one is going to be 10. If middle one happens to be 12, the next one is going to be 14. If this one happens to be 102, the one after that is going to be 104. They're going to be always two more. The next one is always two more than the one before. So this is 2x. The one after is going to be the one that we started out with, plus two more. I shouldn't have written it this far out because I just realized I'll have trouble squeezing in my equation. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to that. When we get to it. And the one before is going to be whatever this guy is, 2 less than that. If this is 8, the one before is going to be 6. If the middle one happens to be 12, the one before is going to be 2 less. If the middle one happens to be 102, the one before is going to be 100. Because there are 3 consecutive even numbers. So if this is 2x, this is going to be 2x minus 2. And now we are told, now that we figure out the 3 numbers that we're dealing with, we are told that their sum happens to equal 42. So let's find their sum. So this guy right here plus this guy right here plus this guy happens to equal 42. I don't know if you can read this marker, it's kind of dying. It's almost dead. I'm going to retire it. When I retire a marker, I have to get out of the frame for 5 seconds so that I can chuck it permanently. Alright, we don't need any of this. So there is our equation. All you have to do is solve for x. It's a simple linear equation. This is 42. Where did this 42 come from? From here. The sum equals 42. So here, let's combine all of our x's together. So here we have 2x, here we have another 2x, that's 4x, here we have another 2x, so that's 6x. 6x. And then we have, then what we have here is actually a minus 2, and a plus 2. A minus 2 and a plus 2, they cancel each other out. Oh, that's all. This is very straightforward actually. It can't be that simple, but it is. That's all. So to solve for x, divide both sides of the equation by 6, and your x equals 42 divided by 6, which is 7. Notice how I switched the directions. The x here in this step, the x was on right hand side in the final step I put the x on the left hand side. Convention dictates that we always write the unknown on the left hand side and the known quantity on the right hand side. It is just a convention. Nobody's going to come and arrest you. Nobody's going to come and get you. If you wrote, if instead of writing x equals 7, if you had written like this, as I said, nothing would happen. It's just bloody awkward to write it like this. It's bloody awkward because it is not the 7, because we read from left to right, or not we, but rather you guys, in English language, you read from left to right. It's bloody awkward to go around saying 7 equals x. It is not the 7 that equals x, it is the x that equals 7. Because of the fact that it is the x that equals 7, convention dictates that we put the x on the left hand side because we're going to read it from the left. Do you understand? Now, what else do you notice? Another thing that you notice is, let's first find out what our numbers are before we worry about noticing things. So our numbers are, 3 consecutive numbers are, the middle one is 2x, which is 2 times 7, which is 14. The one after that is 2x plus 2, which is going to be 16, 14 plus 2, and the one before that is going to be 2x minus 2, which is 14 minus 2, which is going to be 12. So the numbers are, so the question was, that wasn't the question. The question wasn't what the numbers are. The question was, what's the value of x? What is the value of x? Well, let's right here. Oh, we did that right here. X equals 7. That's it. This was not necessary. This was superfluous. Nobody was asking us for this. We don't need plus sign either. The 3 numbers are these. And what's the value of x? X happens to be 7. Notice that even though we are dealing with 3 consecutive even numbers, the value of x turns out to be an odd number. But that's how you write an even number. Even number in the language of algebra has to be always expressed as 2 times some quantity. Precisely for that reason, because we do not know what that quantity is. If that quantity happens to be an odd number, then we cannot just go around saying x is an even number, because we do not know what x is. X could turn out to be odd. So to make sure that regardless of what x is, whether x turns out to be odd or even, regardless of that fact, to make sure that the quantity that we have on our hand is the even number, we multiply it by 2. Because even if x turns out to be 7, 2 times 7 is going to be 14, which is an even number. You see? I explained all this thing in a lot more detail, in a much more depth a long time ago in previous videos. And of course I don't have a luxury of keep repeating the same thing over and over again like a parrot. So I'm not going to do that. I'm hoping that you're watching these videos in their proper sequence. Especially if you are somebody who is new to algebra. As I explained on the very first day, I gave you a long sermon on day number 1 as to what the purpose of the course was. The purpose of the course was to teach somebody algebra who had never had algebra before. And therefore it is important that you go in proper sequence. Don't skip anything, don't be lazy, and make sure that you do every single problem with me if you want to learn algebra the way it should be learned. Anyway, enough of that. I'm done with the sermon. Amen. I will see you tomorrow on day number 181. Alright? I know.